able to help you in the way that they naturally would. But by doing the castor poultice, this would really help them to combat that. Any questions? Well, can you repeat your questions? Oh, repeat my questions? Okay. Her question is, how do you determine what area that you're going to use the castor poultice on? Now, what did you say? Yes. She said wherever area you are feeling the pain. Now, or that you know that you are needing the help. However, when it comes to using it over your liver, I would make sure that, you know, you would at least have done some type of colonic, just to make sure that you don't overwhelm your system, because you would probably would get rash if you are backed up and you are flushing the liver. I would prefer that you would do a colonic at least once or twice to make sure that your system is clean. Now, when you use it over your liver to flush it, then there will not be any bad effects.
Okay, and you generally wouldn't need to have pain. For example, if you are going through a detox, you would want to put the castor oil, as you were saying, on the liver, you know, as part of that. And also you want to apply it over the abdomen area, over the colon. You might not be having pain there, but because we are doing a detox, and we know that our colon might be backed up, you know, and it might be hardened feces in there, you want to soften that air. So then you apply the castor oil pack over that area also.
Any more questions?
Yes, it would. Yeah, if you're putting it over the liver along with other things that you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably not be the first thing that you do. Um, yeah. Yeah, it would probably not be the first thing that you do, because especially if in regards to viruses, you also want to make sure that you are dealing with it internally as well, not just externally. Yeah.
Okay, and there's a picture of, we have different kinds. We have black castor oil, we have different companies, the Heritage castor oil, we also have Home Health castor oil, you know, different brands on the market. So you could just choose one that you prefer.
And also, just keep in mind, you know, we all have used castor oil we know that it's a laxative, right? So there are many different uses for castor oil, but if you are pregnant, there are certain things that you do not want to do, such as that, doing the castor poultice, or to be careful about doing, especially depending on where you are in your journey of pregnancy.
Yeah, about a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Adults, yeah, about 1 or 2
Adults.
tablespoons.
Yeah. And there are different ways of, you know, there are different laxatives that may not be the first thing that you give to a child, but, you know, you have to judge whether or not this is, especially to get the result that you want. You know yourself and know your body to know how much you can put in, how much you can't. For the laxative?
Use the mic.
Does it have it? Yes, they do have instructions on the bottles. Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason why I say you have to know yourself, because our immune system, we all are different. So even what it says on the bottle, what one person can take may not be what you can take. So it's very important to know yourself. That's why I say that.
Okay, we're going to do a little demonstration with enzyme. This is a digestive enzyme. I get equal amount of oatmeal in these containers and equal amount of water. So I'm going to pour the water in the cup with the oatmeal. Make sure I got enough water in it. Okay, all right. And pour same amount in this cup as well. This is a digestive enzyme once again, and then equal thing with each one. Now I'm going to open the enzyme. I would allow you to tell me which one you want me to put it in. Which one? Which one is the first one? This one? All right. I'm going to use two enzymes because I've not used this particular enzyme before. I've used larger enzymes, and but usually one should work. But hey, we want to make sure our experiment work, right? Okay, I'm just going to mix it a little, and we're going to let it sit for a while they continue, and give it some time, and we'll compare the two and see what happens. All right, so they're going to continue with the charcoal demonstration. Question? Yes, oatmeal and water. Yeah, in each of the cup I have the same thing. The only difference, I put two enzymes in this one. This is a full spectrum enzyme. It may include papaya. It's a good enzyme. All right? So you will see the difference after.
Okay, how many people heard of charcoal?
Mike?
All right, how many of us have made charcoal poultices before? Okay, that's not a good question to ask. How many have not used charcoal and have not made a poultice before? Okay. All right. So at least you could be benefited from this. All right? All right. Now we're going to talk about charcoal. What is charcoal? What is actually is activated charcoal? Okay, when we talk about activated charcoal, are we talking about our briquettes or things that we do barbecue on? No, no. Okay, that's not the right charcoal. We're talking about the charcoal that's been highly treated, right? And it become very oxygenated and become very absorbent, meaning a lot of toxins could become attached to it. Okay? And it has a large, it might be a little bit, but it has a large surface area if you would spread it out. So it's able to absorb things to it. And as a matter of fact, this is something that you need to have on hand, you know, in your emergency kit. Because in case of overdose or any toxins, bites, whatever it might be, the first thing you want to go for is that charcoal. Okay? Now, today we're going to show you how to make a charcoal poultice. But before I do that, there are several things that you can use charcoal for. Pain reduction, you could make a charcoal poultice by putting on the pain area for pain reduction. For pulling heavy metal toxicity from your body, very helpful. Reduce swelling, reduce inflammation, draw out infections, treat abscesses, bee bites, infection. It heals wound, treats boil, lessen pain of ear aches, eye conditions. I mean, it's just wonderful. It treats gangrene. It draws out toxicity that causes liver disorders. lessen muscle soreness, itching from spider and bug bites, and the list could go on and on. Okay? And so it's a very, very good household product remedy to have on hand. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do when we're making the charcoal poultice is first we need to have our charcoal, right? And for those of you who know, you know what this is, right? I use this. I find it very, very helpful. Instead of just putting, some people put a piece of towel on, paper towel, or put it on a gauze. You still have to put a plastic backing on it. And so what I do, I just use these chucks because they already have a plastic backing on it. Okay, so it prevents the charcoal from seeping through. And the instruction in making the charcoal poultice, you want to use, it depends on the size of the area you want to put the poultice on. Okay, you could make a small poultice because you have a bite, or if you have an area that's swollen, let's say on your knees or on your ankle, you want to make something that will really cover that area, so you're going to make a larger poultice. So depending on the size of the area you want to cover, depends on how large you're going to make your poultice and how much of your charcoal you're going to use. All right? But generally you want to use, you also, if something happens right away, you could just mix the charcoal with a little water and put it on, cover it with a little paper towel or something. But if you want to make a poultice that would stay on, you want to add something as a binder with the charcoal, because charcoal mixed with water does not hold together. Okay, it becomes flaky. All right, so you could use several binders. The best one to use is flaxseed, because it also helps to pull. But you could also use, in other cases, you could use what? Oatmeal, chia seed, yeah, cornmeal, anything that would cause it to gel, to make a paste. Psyllium husk, right. Slippery elm, anything that would make it make a paste. You know, it would gel and hold together and you're able to spread it. All right? So we don't want to just stick to one thing, because if you're out there somewhere and the person doesn't have it, you use whatever they have that's in their cupboard. Okay, so we're going to use at this time, we're going to equal parts of charcoal to equal parts of the binding agent, and this time we have oatmeal. Okay? Okay, and now what you have to do, because all these have to bind, it's good to use hot water. Okay? And as you pour the hot water with the oatmeal or the cornmeal or the flaxseed, it tends to coagulate, it gels. All right? And so it able to form the paste. Okay, we want to turn it over. Okay, you see what's happening here? Okay, it's binding with the oatmeal. Now, anybody here has a problem that they would like us to put our poultice on? A bite, a swollen area. Okay. Come on. Okay. Make two. Okay, with this track here, it's very easy. So what you do is you lift up the covering, and then you put the paste on the layer, the white layer, and then you cover it back tape the ends, and then you apply it. Okay. Did you all get that? Okay. Because it's very easy to use this so that you don't have two, you don't use the paper towel or the cloth and then another plastic, because this already have it with it, right? So you cut it and you take out the seam so that you could lift it completely off, right? But you leave an attachment, right? So you don't take it completely off. And so you raise the top layer, okay, the thin layer, and underneath that, on the white part of it, then you spread the paste. And then after you do that, then you tape it up together on the ends, and then you apply it on the area, okay? Okay, that would be fine. Okay. It's good to have a knife to spread it. Does somebody have a question? Not in this case, no. Mm-mm. But you could use both. You could alternate between your castor oil and your charcoal. You could use charcoal a few days and then your castor oil another few days. Not enough? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Excuse me? Yeah, it's for pain and inflammation. You could use that for pain and inflammation. Oh, we didn't take it up. Yeah, we're taping it so that the charcoal does not seep through on the ends of it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, when you're applying it to your skin, after you finish sealing this to make sure that the castor or poultice does not leak out. If you don't want to use the tape, because I know it could hurt removing it, just use a saran wrap to hold it in place.
Or bandages. No, we don't have.
All right. Okay. Okay. After this step, you would probably use the saran wrap or the Band-Aid to just hold everything in place.
Microphone, please.
After this step, you would probably need to use something to hold it in place. You can use a saran wrap, the Band-Aid like my sister mentioned, or a tape. But this may not be as comfortable when you getting ready to remove it. So I would suggest the saran wrap or the Band-Aid that my sister mentioned earlier.
Okay, any more questions? Uh-huh. you could become constipated. It does cause constipation. Yeah. So you have to orally, so you need to drink a lot of water. It depends. If you swallow something, you might want to take it 3 times a day, or you know, if it's for diarrhea, you swallow a couple capsules a few times a day too.
I also heard it was good, like, if they get antibiotics and stuff like that,
Mhm.
medicine to help take over that stuff out of your system. Is that true? Did you know?
Oh, yes, it would. It would. And so, for those who are on medication, it's advisable that you take it 2 hours after your medication or before, because it would absorb. It would take it, yeah, it would take it out of your system. But it does not take out any nutrients out of your body. Okay?
I do it for acne removal. How many times do I have to use it? Because I use this a lot of times and then it gets red and then so I stop.
Yeah, because it's irritating to the skin after a while if you keep on. And if you put it directly on the skin now, if you make a poultice like that, then it wouldn't bother your skin. But if you put directly on, it would. Yeah. Because remember, we could also use it to whiten our teeth. So it has that grit on it. Yeah, that would affect the skin. Uh-oh.
I'm a nurse, so I have to get certain vaccinations. And I put a snake, I run out after they give it to me, and I put a snake bite kit on it to see if it could suck something out. Then I put a charcoal focus on it, and I drink the charcoal.
Mhm.
Am I helping myself at all? Do you think that
That's all right.
No, that's yeah. Be smart.
Got to beat the system some way.
Yes, it helps. Yeah.
Hey,
Yes. It could help snake bites.
no, I imagine when you say a snake bite, you didn't mean you took it. Okay, all right, all right.
Yeah.
I leave it on there for about 15 minutes, and I put a charcoal focus on it, and I drink charcoal. I don't know if it's helping me, but
It should. Yeah. It will help you. Uh-huh. And you have to keep on. Let's say if you get a really bad bite, you want to put the charcoal every 15 minutes to change it, because it's pulling a lot of toxins out.
it's not for a snake bite. Vaccine.
Oh, the vaccine.
I see snake bites chronic because it's hot. Becomes like a little suction.
And then you put the charcoal. And then you put the charcoal poultice on. Right. And you could keep on putting it and changing it to help to pull out the toxins. Yeah, and drinking the charcoal. Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Smart.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's see what's the result of our enzyme experiment. Use new spoons. All right, just observing, just visually without me doing anything. Can you see any difference? Okay, some of you may be far. All right. What difference do you observe? Okay. 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 Let me do the spoon thing and just stir it up with the spoon, and so it becomes more visible. Okay. 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 Not much of anything is done in this here, but oatmeal in and of itself is not a raw food. But you see the difference in the enzyme activity in this one here. Okay, so enzymes do make a difference in your digestion to help to break down the food. It lessens even if you had a good supply of enzyme in your body, if you supplement your enzyme, then it lessens what your pancreas has to put out for digestion. You see what I'm saying? So some of that can go to help internally to take care of the tissues. All right? So enzymes are very important. There was a lady that had a question that I probably overlooked or bypassed, that lady in the white shirt there.
When you were talking about the taking cartilage, when somebody developed osteoporosis or something,
Yes, ma'am.
and the cartilage is very thin, what can you do to prevent that?
Okay. You mean osteoarthritis and the cartilage is very thin? There is the joint fluid that helps, hyaluronic acid. There are different ones on the market. There is Lubricin joint fluid, liquid form, that works very well, kept a lot of people out of knee replacement surgery. Also, what you can do is make sure you take care of your liver. You eat stuff that is slimy, slippery, okra, what else? Slippery elm, chia seeds, eggplants. Those things will be helpful as they have some nutrient value there that would benefit. Keep in mind that when it gets to the point that your cartilages have deteriorated, then it's one of two things. Either the nutrient is not available to the liver, okay, or it's available but the liver is not doing its job. You see what I'm saying? So you got to get the liver to